Hollywood's golden age was a time of glamour, mystery, and carefully guarded secrets. Beneath the dazzling lights and red carpets, some of the most iconic women in cinema lived double lives, forced to hide their true selves from the public eye. Today, we're uncovering the hidden love stories of Hollywood's legendary actresses, women who defied the norms in an era that refused to accept them. Get ready to step behind the curtain and explore the untold romances of Tinseltown's most secretive stars. Greta Garbo. The legendary Swedish actress known for her ethereal beauty and enigmatic screen presence, Greta Garbo was a star unlike any other. She captivated audiences in classics like Grand Hotel and Camille, but away from the cameras, she was a deeply private individual. Garbo famously avoided the spotlight, refusing interviews and living a reclusive life. However, rumors about her personal relationships, particularly her connections with women, persisted for decades. One of the most talked about was her intense bond with playwright Mercedes de Acosta. Their correspondence, filled with affectionate and poetic language, suggested a passionate connection. While Garbo never publicly addressed these speculations, de Acosta openly wrote about their relationship in her memoirs. Many believe that Garbo's reluctance to marry or engage in traditional Hollywood romances was due to her desire to protect her private life. In an era where public perception could make or break a career, she remained a mystery. To this day, she is remembered not only for her cinematic brilliance, but also for the intrigue surrounding her personal life. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich was more than just a movie star. She was an icon of glamour, rebellion, and sexual fluidity. From her early days in German cinema to her reign in Hollywood, Dietrich captivated audiences with her husky voice, sharp cheekbones, and effortless charisma. Off-screen, she defied gender norms both in her personal life and her fashion choices. She was among the first female stars to embrace menswear, often seen in tailored tuxedos and suits, a bold statement at the time. Her love life was just as unconventional. Whispers of her romantic entanglements with both men and women followed her throughout her career. She was rumored to have had relationships with Greta Garbo and numerous other women in Hollywood's hidden LGBTQ+ circles. While never explicitly confirming her bisexuality, Dietrich's unapologetic lifestyle left little room for doubt. She was a woman who lived on her own terms, unbothered by societal expectations. Even in an era of rigid morality, Dietrich managed to carve out a space for herself as one of the most seductive and independent figures in Hollywood history. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was a force of nature, bold, brash, and utterly fearless. Known for her raspy voice, razor-sharp wit, and an insatiable appetite for life, she was unlike any other actress of her time. Bankhead's career spanned Broadway, Hollywood, and radio, but it was her off-screen antics that often made headlines. She was famously open about her attraction to both men and women, a rarity in conservative Hollywood. Unlike many of her contemporaries, she didn't hide her relationships with women, and her rumored affairs included icons like Marlene Dietrich and Billie Holiday. She lived without apology, often making scandalous statements about her love life and rebellious nature. Despite her immense talent, her outspoken personality and party girl reputation sometimes overshadowed her career. Even so, she remains one of Hollywood's most fascinating figures. Her refusal to conform to societal expectations made her a true pioneer, a woman who embraced her desires and refused to live by anyone else's rules. Her legacy is one of unfiltered honesty, fearless individuality, and a charisma that still captivates fans today. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck exuded strength both on and off the screen. Best known for roles in Double Indemnity and Stella Dallas, she played strong, independent women who took control of their own destinies. In real life, she was just as fiercely independent. Though she was married twice, rumors of her true romantic inclinations never ceased. Hollywood insiders often whispered about her close relationships with women, though she never publicly addressed the speculation. Some believed her marriages were simply a means of protecting her career in an industry that demanded conformity. Stanwyck was notoriously private, avoiding discussions about her personal life and focusing solely on her work. Despite never coming out publicly, her name frequently appeared in conversations about Hollywood's hidden LGBTQ+ history. Her determination to live on her own terms without bending to societal pressure made her a trailblazer in more ways than one. Whether or not the rumors were true, one thing remains certain. Stanwyck was one of Hollywood's most formidable leading ladies, both on the screen and in her real life. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford was the embodiment of old Hollywood glamour, with a career spanning decades and a reputation for relentless ambition. Behind the carefully crafted image, however, lay a personal life full of intrigue. While Crawford had high-profile marriages and affairs with men, rumors swirled that her romantic experiences extended beyond what the public saw. Some claimed she had dalliances with female co-stars and Hollywood starlets, including whispers of a possible relationship with Marilyn Monroe in the early years of Monroe's career. Crawford never openly addressed these rumors, but many in Hollywood's inner circles believed she lived a more complex love life than she let on. Her need for control and desire to maintain a flawless public image meant she kept any such relationships well hidden. Despite the speculation, what remains undisputed is her powerful presence in Hollywood, her determination to rise to the top, and the impact she left on the industry. Whether or not the stories were true, Joan Crawford's legacy is one of resilience, glamour, and undeniable talent. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn was a woman ahead of her time, fiercely independent, effortlessly elegant, and completely uninterested in conforming to Hollywood's expectations. She built her career playing strong-willed heroines, and in real life, she was no different. Hepburn was known for her lifelong friendship with socialite Laura Harding, a relationship that fueled speculation for years. Unlike many of her peers, she never played the Hollywood game of staged romances, preferring to keep her personal life strictly private. Her boyish charm, preference for trousers over gowns, and reluctance to embrace traditional femininity only added to the rumors. Though she had a well-documented romance with Spencer Tracy, many believed their relationship was more of a convenient arrangement than a passionate love affair. Hepburn's reluctance to discuss her personal life only deepened the mystery. Whether or not the rumors about her relationships with women were true, one thing remains undisputed. She was a woman who lived on her own terms, defying expectations and leaving behind a legacy that still inspires today. Alla Nazimova. Alla Nazimova was one of Hollywood's most fascinating early stars. A Russian-born actress with a commanding presence, she made her mark in silent films and on the stage. However, her influence extended beyond acting. She was one of the first women in Hollywood to openly engage in relationships with other women, though discretion was always required. She created the infamous Sewing Circle, a secretive group of lesbian and bisexual actresses who sought companionship away from the public eye. Among her rumored lovers was playwright Mercedes de Acosta, whose romantic entanglements with Hollywood's biggest female stars were legendary. Nazimova's home, known as the Garden of Alla, became a haven for artists, intellectuals, and unconventional thinkers. She lived unapologetically, refusing to bow to societal expectations. Though she faded from Hollywood's limelight later in life, her legacy as a pioneer of LGBTQ+ visibility in early Hollywood remains unparalleled. She was a trailblazer in every sense of the word, both on screen and in her personal life. Mercedes de Acosta. Mercedes de Acosta was a woman who thrived in the shadows of Hollywood's golden age, weaving herself into the lives of some of its most powerful women. A playwright, poet, and socialite, she was rumored to have had affairs with Greta Garbo, Marlene Dietrich, and Alla Nazimova. Unlike many of her lovers, Acosta was far less secretive about her relationships, and she wrote openly about them in her memoir, Here Lies the Heart. This, of course, made her a controversial figure. Garbo, in particular, distanced herself from Acosta in later years, likely due to the writer's willingness to share details that Hollywood stars worked so hard to conceal. Despite the backlash she received, Acosta never wavered in her identity. She was proud of who she was and unafraid to live by her own rules. Her life, though filled with heartbreak and rejection, was one of passion, artistry, and defiance. She remains one of the most fascinating figures of old Hollywood's secret history. Louise Brooks. Louise Brooks was more than just a flapper icon. She was a woman who lived freely, with little regard for Hollywood's moral codes. Best known for her haunting performance in Pandora's Box, Brooks embodied the rebellious spirit of the Roaring Twenties. She despised Hollywood's rigid structures and refused to conform, which likely cost her a longer career in the industry. Her love life was just as unconventional as her personality. She had relationships with both men and women, including rumored affairs with Marlene Dietrich and writer Anita Loos. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Brooks did not concern herself with hiding these relationships, but she also did not seek attention for them. Her candidness about sexuality and her disdain for Hollywood's artificiality made her both an outsider and an icon. Though she left the film industry behind early in her life, she remained a cultural figure for decades, remembered for her striking beauty, her fearless independence, and her refusal to play by Hollywood's rules. Janet Gaynor. Janet Gaynor may have been Hollywood's sweetheart, but behind the innocent on-screen persona lay a personal life far more complex than her fans ever knew. Best remembered for her role in A Star is Born, Gaynor was a talented actress with an undeniable charm. However, insiders believed she preferred the company of women in her personal life. Though she was married to legendary costume designer Adrian, many speculated that their marriage was more of a mutually beneficial arrangement. Rumors swirled that she had a romantic connection with Mary Martin, the wife of her husband's colleague. In old Hollywood, where being openly LQB+ was not an option, such arrangements were not uncommon. Gaynor, like many of her contemporaries, never addressed the speculation, choosing instead to maintain the image of the devoted wife. Regardless of the truth, she remains one of classic Hollywood's most beloved stars, leaving behind a legacy of warmth, talent, and quiet mystery. Lili Damita. Lili Damita was the epitome of European elegance in early Hollywood, captivating audiences with her striking beauty and undeniable charm. Known for her whirlwind marriage to swashbuckling star Errol Flynn, she seemed to embody the perfect Hollywood love story. But behind the glamorous facade, whispers of a different kind of love life followed her. Rumors swirled about her closeness with Hollywood's elite women, suggesting that her romantic interests extended beyond the men she was publicly linked to. In an era where discretion was survival, Damita carefully guarded her personal life, never confirming nor denying the speculation. She was known to have deep friendships with some of Hollywood's most enigmatic women, and her name was frequently mentioned in connection with the secretive Sewing Circle, a rumored underground network of lesbian and bisexual actresses. Whether these rumors held any truth remains uncertain, but what is clear is that Damita was a woman of mystery, one who commanded attention and left behind a legacy of intrigue that continues to fascinate old Hollywood historians. Dolores Del Rio. Dolores Del Rio was Hollywood's first major Latina star, a woman of breathtaking beauty and undeniable talent. She mesmerized audiences with her performances in films like Flying Down to Rio, but beyond the silver screen, she was just as captivating. Her romantic entanglements with high-profile men, including Orson Welles, were well documented, but there was always another layer to her story. Some believed that Del Rio's strongest connections were with women, particularly within the exclusive circle of Hollywood's most private female stars. She had a close and enduring friendship with Marlene Dietrich, which led to speculation about the true nature of their bond. Like many women of her era, she was careful to maintain an air of mystery, never addressing the rumors directly. Her beauty, grace, and talent made her a legend, but her personal life remained shrouded in secrecy, a tantalizing enigma that continues to spark curiosity among classic film enthusiasts. Agnes Moorehead, best known for her role as the eccentric Endora on Bewitched, Agnes Moorehead was a woman of remarkable talent and intense privacy. Her distinctive voice and commanding screen presence made her an unforgettable part of Hollywood's golden age. Yet, outside of her acting career, her personal life was a mystery wrapped in speculation. Despite being married twice, many insiders believed Moorehead was part of the underground lesbian community in Hollywood. She was frequently mentioned in hushed conversations about the industry's hidden lives, yet she never acknowledged the rumors publicly. Unlike some of her contemporaries who carefully crafted public personas to deflect suspicion, Moorehead seemed to embrace an air of mystery, neither confirming nor outright denying the whispers that surrounded her. Whether she was truly part of Hollywood's secretive LGBTQ+ circles remains unknown, but what is certain is that she was a woman who lived life on her own terms, leaving behind a legacy of talent, strength, and intrigue. Dorothy Arzner. Dorothy Arzner was a pioneer in every sense of the word, the only female director working in early Hollywood's male-dominated studio system. She shattered barriers and forged a path for future generations of women in film. Her career was groundbreaking, but so was her personal life. Arzner was known for her androgynous style, often dressed in tailored suits that set her apart in a town obsessed with feminine glamour. Unlike many of her peers, she never tried to hide who she was. She had a long-term relationship with dancer and choreographer Marion Morgan, a partnership that was well known among those in Hollywood's inner circles. Though she was discreet, she did not engage in the elaborate efforts that many other actresses took to maintain a false heterosexual image. Arzner's legacy is one of fearless ambition and quiet defiance, a woman who refused to compromise who she was in order to fit Hollywood's expectations. She remains an icon not only in film history, but also in the fight for LGBTQ+ representation in the industry. Patsy Kelly. Patsy Kelly was one of the few women in old Hollywood who refused to hide her true self. A gifted comedic actress known for her wisecracking, no-nonsense persona, she was refreshingly candid about her sexuality at a time when few dared to be. Unlike many of her contemporaries who relied on secrecy and carefully constructed public images, Kelly openly spoke about her attraction to women. She even joked about it in interviews, a bold move in an industry that often punished those who strayed from its rigid moral codes. Though her honesty may have limited her opportunities in some ways, she continued to find success in Hollywood, proving that talent could sometimes outweigh scandal. Kelly's legacy is one of resilience and fearlessness. While others lived in secrecy, she chose authenticity. Her career may not have been as long or as celebrated as some of her peers, but she remains a trailblazer in Hollywood's LGBTQ+ history, a woman who refused to conform and lived on her own terms. Hollywood's past is filled with secrets, and the stories of these incredible women are just a glimpse into an era of hidden truths. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the untold history of the Golden Age, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. There's always more to uncover, and we'll be back with another fascinating Hollywood mystery. See you in the next one.